So let's look at the Voynich manuscript through data. This can be found on the voynich.nu website. There's a bunch of information there as well in terms of the actual linguistics of the text. So the linguists and Voynich experts generally consider there to be two distinct languages within the text, A and B. And I 100% agree that there are distinctions between these languages, but because I took a more auditory approach to translation, I understand those distinctions to be largely related to the scribe's own accent and approach to the language, and also the material and context of what's being discussed within each section. I've also found in my translation that while it makes sense logically, there are also other interpretations for each word involved. So these are the most commonly seen words in each section. These are the sections and whether it's A or B. And next to each word is the amount of times the word is seen. And these are written from the text using basic EVA, so they're just generic letter assignments for each character in the Voynich. Now, since I've translated this with different English language assignments, looking at EVA, I always have to go back to double check. There's also many different types of EVA, but this is like the most basic or general version of it. So the top words seen in both herbal sections and the pharma section is the Irish word, or what I have is the Irish word for duil. So I've determined this letter to be D or DH in Irish. It can also sometimes be spelled as a T, a hard T, or a TH, but it's usually D or DH. This A-looking character is an O sound. This is an I sound, this is another I, and this is an L. So this is a suffix for IL here, and these two back to back with this vowel is a duil sound. So when I read this, it says duil. So I would type in to Tenglen DHOUIL, and this is essentially what it is in modern Irish, duil. It sounds like duil. It's not necessarily spelled exactly the same, but it sounds like duil. And this means an Irish element of the earth or created thing. And in most of the work, duil is referring to water. However, it should be noted that its phonetic cousin, so to speak, is the word for loch, tress, and also nature, native, and natural. And if you know about Irish history, this makes sense in terms of Irish knots and Irish language. The most commonly used, seen, heard word in the herbal and pharma section, not this herbal section, but these two, is the word raw. So this is in EVA, it's CHOL, but the way that I've translated using Irish is raw, R-A with a fada, or R-A-L. So because this word has some homonyms, the meaning of the word will be different depending on context. It can be referring to row, rail, railing. It can also mean the word for very or too much or excessive or a lot, very. It can also be referring to a saying or utterance. So the most common word in this bio section is written in EV as shedy, and that in Irish is BRE-FADA-IDIN, which is the word for homespun cloth. It can also mean gossamer. It can also mean layer. Now there's a word that repeats in several sections, but's number one here in the stars section, this AIIN in EVA. It's common in other sections as well, but it's most common in the stars section. And this is because the stars section in particular is dealing with more abstract concepts. This word I have translated as uil. It sounds like uil, and it has many possible meanings dependent on context. It's usually referring to knowledge. It has phonetic cousins to fold and also drink, which again, given the context of the entire sentence, you'll be better able to determine. So what they have listed as CH is what I've determined to be an R. So a lot of the data, I think all of the data involved in analyzing this text has the R sort of split up as two separate characters and not a single character running through other characters, which makes a lot of the analysis of this text and the actual data involved inaccurate. I will also say that a lot of words like of or for or a or one or yours, a lot of these words are not individual words in the text. They're connected to as a prefix or as a suffix. So what we'd expect to be the most common word, like the, it, his, hers, basically all of those words are not taken into account or calculated in almost all of the analysis of the Voynich done by professionals. So going back to the EVA-CH, which I've determined to be R is super important in Irish. So let's look at chedy here, C-H-E-D-Y, C-H-E-D-Y. These are common words. And I have this as redden in Irish. Now, din can be a diminutive for a word. So if you see a word ending in I-N or D-I-N, which in EVA is D-Y or Y, this can mean something small or diminutive in some cases. So with these words, they generally have multiple possibilities and multiple homonyms. So the beginning part of that word is re, R-E fada, which can mean moon. It can also mean a stretch of ground. It can also mean a row. It can also mean to level or smooth something. It can also mean rigging, the framework of a roof, knitting, ribbing. Its phonetic and visual cousin is the word reed, for like a plant, reed, which is spelled the same except there's just an extra line. So in EVA, it would be C-H-E-E-D-Y. That double E together looks like a U in English writing. And that's the diminutive for reed, like the plant, a reed. I also just want to add, wherever you see Q-O, that's what I've determined to be faux or fa sound. But it can stand as the prefix for sub or under, faux. It can also be fa or fia. Fia is the prefix for wild. So really quickly, let's take a look at the commonly occurring word fofidin and fofadin in the natal and stars section. While there are a lot of homonyms for both of these words, what I've found in my translation for these sections is that these words have the suffix for sub, under, or wild. And here are the following equivalents. Sub, under, wild, fellow, as in the rim of a wheel or cylinder. Sub, under, wild, tube. Sub, under, wild, duct. Sub, under, wild, tubular thing. Sub, under, wild, watercourse or gully. Sub, under, wild, little, extent, distance, space, duration. Another phonetic equivalent is a word for a small dart or javelin. Also the word for a small dash of something. And again, depending on context, these will be translated differently and accordingly. And these are not including phonetic cousins. And we'll look at a full paragraph in part 2.